Hey everybody, it's Eric Snyder here again, doing another edition on some timing issues. I am going to go over today the timing on MSD crank trigger ignition. So bear with me here, and we're going to dive right into it. Okay, I'm going to show you over here. I have an LT1 Camaro here. I don't know if you can see, but I'm going to try and... There's a little bit of a glare. Let me move the light. Right there you can see 40 degrees is lined up with my makeshift timing pointer. Okay? 40 degrees before top dead center. Now we're going to set up the magnet. Let's go over here to our picture here, our figure. Right like that. Okay, here we are. We're at 40 degrees before top dead center. We're having it lined up. So what I did was I moved the slider down for the magnetic pickup to line up with that. Now, with that being said, so we moved, let me show here, if I can. Here's where, that's where my slider is, back here, okay? And that's what connects to the block. And then here's the actual mount where your magnetic pickup comes in, and where it goes, it picks references off your trigger wheel, which your magnets, which is mounted to your harmonic balancer here. Okay, now when you change when you move this slide here up and down, double check your air gap. You need an air gap, I believe it's 70,000, I think it's 55 thousandths to 70 thousandths air gap you want between the wheel and the actual pickup itself. With that being said, check that out, double check it when you do that, okay? So that way you don't redo it, and if your gap gets too big, you're not going to get a signal and the car won't start. You're going to be ripping your hair out wondering what happened. So double check your air gap. I had to, here my air gap went up to like 85, 90,000, so I had to readjust it when I did it. So I'm going to double check everything, and then I'm going to come back here and we're going to go over all this. Alright guys, so I did the adjustment. So now what you want to do is, once you have everything tight, double check everything's tight. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to verify that everything's good with this. So we're going to try starting it, okay? Make sure that everything's good with the timing. As you can see, everything looks pretty good. Double check that your wheel is running straight. Double check that everything's tight. The engine sounds a little off the control out. You get a little bit of that. Just verify everything's good. Check your idle speed too. Now, if you remember, I was having an issue with the car stalling in the one video. So my idle actually came up a little bit. So I'm hoping that's good enough for the cold weather racing. So that's it. That's kind of quick. If you need to just, rewatch the video, slow it down, play it how many times. I know I went over it a little quick. Unfortunately, I've done this countless times, so I can kind of breeze through it a little bit. One thing to remember, if that magnet, let me go over this quick with you. If this magnet, okay, doesn't line up, and you can't get it with this slide, you're going to have, there's three, let me see if I can show you down here. On the wheel, there's 3 bolts that hold it on to the crank, okay? You might have to unbolt it, and usually there's like 2 sets of bolt holes in it, so you can turn this wheel actually. So, if it doesn't line up, you might have to unbolt this wheel and move it to the other set of bolt holes. You might even have to drill your own set, okay? To get this to happen, the lineup. Now, what I highly recommend doing is, if you want, hit me up. I might be able to get one made. I have these. I got these made for mine. You're like, Eric, what the hell is that? What it is, it helps the crank trigger wheel to run hub-centric. If it doesn't run hub-centric, you're going to have timing variations. You're going to have a lot of problems. Trust me. I blew up a motor because I didn't know that. What this is this piece here, this back piece, you see this? That's going to go inside your damper. I have an ATI damper on the LT1. So this is, I take a hammer and I tap it in. Okay, and then this here, the front piece, the smaller diameter, that is where that's going to fit on. So in other words, this is the front. Where you see the number 2 here, you're going to see that sticking out in this hole of your crank trigger wheel. Okay, and this back piece is going to tap that into your harmonic balancer. This is if you have an aftermarket one. I have an ATI. Okay, so that way, when you put that on and you bolt the 3 bolts, when you bolt it up to your harmonic balancer, this is going to make that thing run perfectly true when it's running, and you won't have any timing variations. So that's just a little something extra. If you like, you can hit me up in the comments, or you can, I'm going to put this out there. You can hit me up at ericsnyder802@gmail.com. Put trigger wheel hub for the subject, and I'll try and see if I can, and I'll get back to you and let you know, hey, it's going to take a little bit so I can get it machined, or have some just laying around that I can send to you. Just let me know, and then we'll just, we'll contact, we'll touch base, and we'll get something worked out. But that's a big help for me. So that's all for today. Hopefully this helps, and hopefully you get something out of it. Again, this isn't the only way to do this. I'm sure there's countless other ways to do this. This is only the way that I do it that works for me. So everybody take care. Watch out for each other out there. Take care, and we'll catch you later.